Hi, I'm Stephanie, and this is my husband, Sean. And we are parents to two amazing children on the autism spectrum, Campbell, our daughter who is 6, and Eli, our son who is 4. Our story really started with our daughter, Campbell. She was always an exceptional child, and that isn't doting first-time mom talk, it's just truth. By the time she was 13 months old, she could speak in complete sentences. She knew all her letter sounds. But by the time she was about 18 months old, things started to shift a little. She became a lot more rigid. She would line up her toys or have really big reactions to simple things falling out of place. And then when Christmas rolled around, she was opening her presents and she started flapping with excitement. And for me, that was the moment I felt like the writing was on the wall, that we were possibly looking at a daughter with autism. So at the time that she finally received a diagnosis, she was 3. And at that point, our son Eli was 1. And I think our antennas were already on alert for autism, knowing that it can run in families. And so by the time Eli was about 18 months old, we noticed his speech was delayed. He was having some sensory issues with food, and it was pretty much confirmed shortly thereafter that he was also on the autism spectrum. Wrapping our brains around the fact that these are the only 2 children that we will ever have, and they both have autism, was scary. Because I think I can speak for you, did not know a single person with autism at the time. All of my friends had typically developing children, and so I was watching them reach and exceed milestones that my children couldn't reach. So with Campbell, she gets occupational therapy here in addition to her preschool day. And when she actually graduated and went to kindergarten, we continued with the outpatient services. So a small but like really big thing in Campbell's world is she has sensory issues with sunlight. And so she would not, for a good 2 years, go outside without sunglasses on. And in kindergarten, it's choose your battles, right? And so they would just let her bring her sunglasses to the playground, which is totally fine. But when she came into Pediatrics Plus and was able to get additional therapy, that girl is rocking it without her shades now and can go outside. And it's just those little things that are gonna make the biggest difference later on for her, learning to adapt and cope. Eli, our son, was in a mainstream preschool that had worked well for Campbell, so we assumed it would work well for him as well. And he was about this close from being kicked out for more aggressive behaviors, for having sensory breakdowns daily. And then that year, Pediatrics Plus opened. And so I immediately withdrew him and put him here. And now he is unrecognizable from who he was at 2 years old.
Some of the biggest impact that I've seen has been around originally, he was very rigid in his routines, and if you would break any of those routines, it was just going to be a disaster. I mean, literally stuff like, all right, when I walk into a room, I've got to open and shut the door twice, and then I've got to go and get this toy or say this or whatever. And it actually, or a prime example would also be in public places. I mean, it was to where he always felt the need where he had to hold the door open until everybody passed through it. And it could be to where we'd be sitting there for 5 minutes because traffic just kept on going. I think it was, I think definitely the ABA piece played a huge role in it, but I think also the other part was that part of one of the big things that the Pediatrics Plus does is they teach and they coach the parents. And so they also showed us a lot of techniques about how to help break those habits whenever we're out in real life situations.
They've been able to have a comprehensive plan for him, everything from eating with his OT to behavioral therapy with his ABA and BCBA. Everybody's on the same page. And so this collective plan has given us our child back. Eli, what do you love about Pediatrics Plus?
I love my classroom.
Your classroom? What's your favorite book?
My favorite book is... Hey, there's a snake one.
There's a snake one?
Yeah. It's a snake book.
That's awesome.
With some kids in it.
Yes. Yes, and when Eli started school here, he did not talk.
Hey, that was not good.
You didn't. You were 2 and you didn't have any words. Now you have lots of words. I love that Eli is so brave and so strong, and he is the perfect mixture of just strength and sweetness. Sky is the limit, right? What does Buzz say? To infinity.
And beyond.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A mommy with two babies, a boy and a girl. I am going to be an animal that takes care of animals in the woods.
Yes, so you're going to be a mom and a vet, right?
Yeah.
A working mom, yes.
What would be your favorite animal that you want to take care of?
Well, I don't know. All the animals in the woods, I bet.
All of them in the woods?
Yeah.
Campbell is full of joy. She is a happy, happy girl, and she's so smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even explain it from start to finish. Just all of the support that we've gotten and the reassurance and everything else, to where, I mean, you heard us talk at the beginning that we really didn't have a clue what to do whenever we were handed this deck of cards, and it's been nothing but love and support, and so we can't thank you enough.